Hey guys, no, we got to go back out there. Once again, it's all about establishing what we want to do the first 5 minutes of the game. Okay? What we want to do.
All we got to do is tighten up, get control of that ball, keep that ball in front of us. Okay, keep that ball in front of us, and then offensively, we got to be patient. We got to slow down. All right, we're not executing time, score, and situation. All right, when we have numbers, you attack. When we don't, you set up and you make them defend. You're going to get whatever you want.
The Phoenix Suns have led by as many as 13 points. It's an elimination game. Facing it, the Portland Trail Blazers. That is our halftime score with Hall of Famer Doug Collins, Kevin Harlan. Great to have you with us tonight. Very raucous crowd. Doing it with defense tonight, the Phoenix Suns.
Well, you know, the Blazers are shooting 41%.
Yeah.
The Suns are out-rebounded by, they have 6 steals and they have 5 blocked shots. And what's happened, you heard Nate McMillan talk about slow down, but you know what it's hard to do when you play Phoenix? Kevin, if we got on the rush hour tomorrow and cars were driving fast, you drive fast with them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get on a pace that's going slow, you have a tendency to slow down. The Suns speed you up, and that's exactly what's happened here tonight.
We talked about defense before. It's been pretty good on Brandon Roy, who has not been like Brandon Roy.
Well, they're not going to let him be like Brandon Roy. I mean, first of all, even if he were healthy, they're not going to let him do that because they're going to trap him. You see this, Jaron Collins jumps out off that screen, and they're going to trap him. And then when they bring the ball to the other side and bring it back, you're going to see Jaron Collins once again get to the other side of the floor. They're going to rescreen. They're going to trap him again. That's what he's looking at. He's looking at 2 defenders every time he has the basketball. Aldridge is getting trapped post. And so the Suns have done a great job on those 2 guys, and nobody's been able to pick up the slack.
All right, so we start the second half as you take a look at the Corona stats leaders, some of the numbers, and plus 12 points beyond the arc for the Phoenix Suns. Here comes Steve Nash, very quiet, 1 point, 5 assists, 7 turnovers for Nash. Stoudemire got in early foul trouble. Collins has been manning the post. 19 points from Jason Richardson, including 4 of 4 from 3 for the Suns. Grant Hill's defense has been terrific. Here comes Nash. And a shot clock violation. Doug, that's the 3rd one, the 3rd violation.
Well, you don't very often see that with the Phoenix Suns, obviously. So Alvin Gentry's got to watch the level of concentration now. They give credit there to the Blazers. They did a nice job, but the Suns, come out first possession and don't even get a good shot.
Batum is in. Canby, Roy, Miller, and Aldridge. That's the 5 on the floor for the Blazers, and a foul. It's called on Collins, who is involved in a mismatch with Miller. That's the 2nd on Collins.
Now Batum is back starting here in the second half. In that first half, Kevin, he only played about 6 minutes, and then they got behind and they needed some scoring, so they went with Webster and Fernandez trying to find the guys to make some shots.
It's Canby over Stoudemire. Rebound. A lot of easy points tonight for the Phoenix Suns. They've had to get most of it from 3. That's really been the difference.
Off their defense by forcing turnovers.
Sure.
They forced 8 turnovers, got them 10 points. I bet you about 2 or 3 of those were 3s in transition.
Switch on defense. Aldridge was on Richardson. Now they got Roy watching the taller Collins. Caught by Canby. And here comes Andre Miller. Gave way to Bayless a lot in that first half. Screen on Nash. Batum for 3 for the Blazers. He's got 3.
And you can see him up the floor here trying to challenge Steve Nash, trying to slow the advance of the ball. We know Batum is capable of knocking down those 3s.
Nash, that was taken over Aldridge. He may have altered the shot. Steve Nash, a forgettable night, 0-4.
If Portland scores on this possession, I know Alvin trusts his guys or whatever, but I might take a timeout and say, hey, look, we can't let them back in the game. We're going to get very soft, and they're very fortunate there that Aldridge missed a wide-open baseline jump shot.
Doug, he's only 4 of 10 tonight. Watch Batum, seconds ago.
Now Batum gets up the floor, and what the Suns are going to try to do, they're going to try to screen him, and he said that shoulder that he injured, where it really bothers him is when he gets screened. And when you're guarding Steve Nash, you're going to get screened a lot.
He had preseason surgery on that shoulder, missed 45 games, came back, and it was re-injured earlier in this series, the right shoulder of Nick Batum. A drive by Stoudemire. Wow, taking it inside and throwing it down. Roy the other way. He'll try to cash in. He cannot hit. Roy 1 of 4.
So that's where you see the rustiness there. In many instances, he would go up and dunk that basketball, but he just does not have the lift right now. Looking for something to get himself started. He looked like he tried to get down the floor early to get an easy basket.
Richardson now 4 of 5, shooting the threes tonight with his 19. Probing on top is Miller. Inside to Camby. Got good position inside of the mismatch with Richardson.
Well, Miller did a nice job stepping through there and finding Camby underneath the basket. He was double teamed, but did a nice job of eluding it and stepping right through that double.
Roy and Nash. Screen by Stoudemire. Swings it out. Miller now is on him. Shot clock down to 9. You want that ball sticking. Nash. Pick and roll with Collins. That's a foul called on the Portland Trail Blazers. Comes with 9:17 to play here in the third. It's on Brandon Roy as we swing it over to our Craig Sager.
Well, Brandon Roy and Nick Batum both very quiet in that first half, but according to Nate McMillan, both will be keys if they get back into this game. He said, first of all, Nick Batum obviously needs to go out there and guard the perimeter. Doug talked about the needed offense earlier from Fernandez and Webster, but he said we need Nick Batum out there defensively, and we'll continue to play through Brandon Roy.
All right, Craig, thank you. There's a timeout taken, 9:17 to play in the third with the Suns. A cool spring evening in the Pacific Northwest. Suns on top. Time now, Doug, for the Double Down Cam presented by KFC Double Down.
Well, when Amari Stoudemire faces you and gets that shoulder past you, it's too late. And he has done a nice job. And Kevin, we talked about it. His series numbers aren't great, 20-plus points. But if you look at his point per shot, he has been terrific in this series. You can see the last 3 games where he's gone to work and got points in the paint. Had a bad first game. He had 19 shots on and 18 points in the game that the Blazers won in Game 1 where they stole the home court. But Amari's been very effective and very efficient on the offensive end.
Sends a screen right here for Nash, who hits a shot. Steve looking to kind of uncork. He's 1 of 5. That's his first hit from the field. Nash has been a little bit up and down. 7 turnovers so far. Amari Stoudemire, Doug, finishing at their point. 4 points in the paint of his 9 tonight.
Well, I like what Alvin Gentry did. He took the timeout, and he didn't like his team's energy to start the third quarter. You don't want to kick away that lead in about 3 minutes. There's that trap that Brandon Roy. Somebody's now you're going to have to swing that ball. Somebody's going to make a shot.
Of course, they've been working that same double on outside the shot. Will not go. On a miss, Miller can't get it. Nash the other way.
Hey, Jaron Collins has done a nice job in the absence of Robin Lopez. As a knockaway, I think it's going to be the Suns' ball. But Robin Lopez starting to work out. Kevin, I think they're hoping that if they can advance and get to the next series, that he'll be able to play against the Spurs. The Suns know the Spurs won. They are resting, and the Suns do not want to play a Game 7 so they can get some rest. That series would start on Monday in Phoenix.
Lopez with a bulging disc in his back. Nash.
And they need him to play against Tim Duncan and the big front line there at the Spurs.
Intercepted. Andre Miller. Back on defense, Hill. Roy. Brandon Roy's gone 2 of 5, and he's got 5. Richardson's got 19 to lead all scorers. Aldridge has got 11 for the Trailblazers. There's a little foul on Jaron Collins. He picks up his 3rd.
And you're going to see exactly now Alvin Gentry's coming right in with Channing Frye. Now, he does not give you the rebounding and the defensive presence that Jaron Collins does, but he can really stretch the floor. And now, with him on the floor, it's going to bring LaMarcus Aldridge away from the baskets, free up the lane a little bit for Stoudemire.
14 turnovers for the Phoenix Suns. 3 already in this third quarter, which is a little more than 4 minutes old. Roy, Richardson tearing it away and drawing the jump ball with his defense. Jason Richardson working on Roy. Roy, I mean, listen to the body language. He's just not the same player.
Well, it's just amazing he's even playing. I mean, after knee surgery, I mean, a lot of guys would say, look, I'm not going to take a chance of maybe getting hurt and, you know, hurting my career. The doctors have said that, you know, nothing can happen, but still, you're coming out here and playing. I mean, that says a lot that he's trying to help his team win this series.
Came back after 8 days. In the old days, how long would that have kept a player out, you think?
Well, I mean, they would cut you wide open and it'd take you 3 or 4 hours to be a walk on Amari. But I mean, they used to lay your whole leg open and go in there and cut out the whole cartilage. Now they go into a little arthroscopic thing. You go in there and it's actually like a video game. You're doing the surgery and you're trimming up that cartilage. Now they just take a little piece off. They don't take off the whole cartilage. They want to leave as much cushion in that knee as possible.
They had the surgery 13 days ago. plate after 8. Hill knocking it away. Hill thought it ricocheted off the shin of Aldridge. 11 seconds